let's get straight to the point. 8. The toilet and phone combo. By now, bringing your phone into the bathroom is basically normal. It's the new reading the paper. You tell yourself, I'm just going to check it for 2 minutes. You sit down, and somehow those 2 minutes stretch. But here's the simple reality. Bathrooms are basically the perfect place for germs to hang out. But the real trouble starts when you flush, because that's when something called the aerosol effect, or toilet plume, happens. Tiny droplets and particles get kicked up into the air. You don't see it, and that's the problem. If you can't see it, it's easy to forget it's there. Meanwhile, your phone is basically a sponge in that room. Screen, case, all the little crevices. It picks up whatever's floating around. Then you walk out. Here's the irony. You wash your hands. Great. But you don't wash your phone. And that phone doesn't stay in the bathroom. It goes into the kitchen, onto the table, onto the couch. It sits by your pillow at night. And eventually, when a call comes in, it goes right on your face. This is the everyday version. You leave the bathroom thinking, hands are spotless. Then 2 minutes later, you're holding that same phone near your mouth and nose. Or you put it on the table while you're eating. Touch your food, then swipe the screen again. So, without realizing it, you're carrying bathroom germs with you all day. 7. Showering with scalding hot water. Let's be honest, hot showers feel amazing. You step in, your shoulders drop, your muscles loosen up, your brain goes, finally. But your skin? It begs to differ. Your skin has a thin protective layer that helps keep moisture in and irritants out, basically your skin barrier. Very hot water can strip that barrier. So while you feel like you're getting extra clean, you're also stripping away the layer that helps your skin stay calm and balanced. The catch is, you usually don't notice the damage immediately. It shows up slowly. A couple of weeks later, you start saying things like, why does my skin feel tight after a shower? Why am I itchy? Why are my arms and legs getting flaky? Because every time you take that super hot shower, you're taking a little more from that protective layer. Same idea with your hair and scalp. Really hot water can dry out your scalp, and over time your hair can look duller, feel rougher, and get frizzier. Sometimes, even flaking can get worse. 6. Breathing through your mouth. Most of us think, air is air, right? But nose breathing and mouth breathing are not the same thing. Your nose is basically built-in air control. It warms the air, adds moisture, and filters out dust and particles before they go deeper. When you breathe through your mouth, you skip that whole system. So the air hitting your throat and lungs is often drier, colder, and less filtered. You feel the difference immediately. You wake up with a dry mouth, your throat feels scratchy, your sleep can feel lighter or more broken. And for some people, mouth breathing can also be tied to snoring and feeling on edge even when you're tired, like your body never fully settles down. The annoying part is a lot of people think it's just how they are, like, I'm just a bad sleeper. But sometimes it's not your personality, it's your breathing. 5. Brushing right after you eat. I know what you're thinking. How is brushing your teeth a bad thing? It's not the brushing, it's the timing. After you eat, especially anything acidic like fruit, coffee, soda, citrus, even some sauces, the surface of your enamel can temporarily soften a bit. It's not ruined forever, but for a short window, it's super vulnerable. So if you go to town with a stiff brush immediately, you might be cleaning, but you can also be wearing down that softened surface over time. Think of it like scrubbing a delicate finish while it's still soft. It won't wreck your teeth overnight, but years of that habit can add up to more sensitivity and enamel looking duller. 4. Tech neck. You do this without thinking. You pick up your phone, and your head just drops forward, like your neck automatically gives up. Your head weighs around 10 to 12 pounds on average. In a normal upright posture, that's manageable. But when you tilt your neck forward, especially around that deep 60-degree angle, physics kicks in. The load on your neck can jump dramatically, sometimes closer to carrying around 60 pounds. That's like walking around with a small kid hanging off your spine. Once or twice wouldn't matter, but we do it for hours. On the couch, in bed, at the table, commuting. Just checking something turns into a long stretch, and your neck muscles start protesting. Tight shoulders, pain at the base of the skull, that burning knot between the shoulder blades. The worst part? It's not just pain, it's posture. Over time, your body adapts. Shoulders roll forward, head sits further in front of your body. Then when you try to stand tall, it feels weird, like you're forcing it. because your body has started treating the hunched position as the new normal. 3. Screen light before bed. Picture this. The day is over, the room is dark, you're under the blanket, but you still have a little light source in your hands, your phone. And this is probably the most common, most normal habit on the list, yet one of the most damaging, staring at a screen right before sleep. Most people think the problem is wasting time on social media. That's not the main issue. The real issue is what your brain thinks that light means. That bluish screen light sends a simple message. It's not night yet. More bluntly, the sun is still up. Don't fall asleep, because your brain uses light as its strongest cue for day versus night. And when the light is that close to your face, your brain takes it seriously. That's where melatonin comes in. Don't think of melatonin like a sleeping pill. It's more like your body's night mode switch. As it gets darker, melatonin rises and your system starts slowing down. Eyes get heavy, your mind eases off, sleep becomes easier. But when you turn on a screen in bed, you're basically telling that switch, not yet. Melatonin can get delayed or pushed down. So you get that classic situation. You're tired, but your brain won't shut up. You put the phone down and suddenly you're staring at the ceiling thinking, okay, now how am I supposed to fall asleep? Here's the kicker. Sometimes you do fall asleep. You might think, but I slept fine. But you wake up feeling like you never fully charged. Because sleep isn't just being unconscious. It's your body cycling through deeper stages where it actually recovers. When screens mess with that rhythm, sleep can get lighter or more broken. Then the next day hits. You're more easily irritated, your focus slips faster, everything feels a little more annoying than it should. And that's how the loop starts. Bad sleep, more stress, harder nights, more phone time, even worse sleep. 3. The Q-tip mistake. This might be the most satisfying bad habit on the list. You get out of the shower, grab a cotton swab, Q-tip, whatever, and you go in. And it feels amazing, like you're finally scratching an itch you could never reach. But if you actually look at the box, it literally says, "Do not insert into ear canal." Everyone ignores that. Here's why that's a problem. Earwax isn't just dirt. It's there on purpose. It's protective. It traps dust, bacteria, and tiny junk before it can mess with the deeper parts of your ear. It's basically your ear's built-in security system, and when you shove a Q-tip in there, you're not really cleaning anything out. You're acting like a plunger. You push the wax deeper, right toward the eardrum, where it can get packed in and stuck. So instead of clean, you create a blockage. And that can mess with your hearing, make your ear feel full, cause ringing, or just set you up for irritation and infection. Basically, that satisfying little swirl, it's not cleaning, it's compaction. 2. Sitting with crossed legs. You sit down, and without even thinking about it, one leg goes over the other. It feels comfortable. It feels stable. It even makes you look a little more put together, like you're casually in control of your life. But your body is not a fan. When you cross your legs, you're twisting your pelvis and shifting your spine out of alignment. It's subtle, but it's real. Your posture changes, your hips rotate, and your lower back has to compensate. And if you do it for long stretches, day after day, your body starts treating that twisted position like the default. On top of that, you're also squeezing the veins that are trying to send blood back up from your legs. That's why some people get that annoying pins and needles feeling. You're basically pinching nerves and messing with circulation, just to sit in a pose that feels normal. And the worst part is how automatic it is. You're not crossing your legs for a reason. Your body just does it. And then you stay there for an hour. So, yeah, comfortable? Sure. But it's one of those feels fine now, complains later habits. 1. Rubbing your eyes. It's 3 p.m. You're exhausted. Your eyes feel dry, itchy, and heavy, like someone replaced them with warm sandbags. So you do what every human does. You go for the knuckle rub. And for about 5 seconds, it feels incredible, like instant relief. But here's the issue. Your eyes are delicate. Not fragile like glass, but delicate like soft, sensitive tissue that really doesn't love pressure. And rubbing them is way rougher than it feels in the moment. First problem, your hands are dirty. Not you're disgusting dirty, just normal human dirty. Touching your face all day, grabbing your phone, touching doors, and then you press all of that straight into your eyes. right onto the mucous membranes. Perfect germ delivery system. Second problem, the pressure. Over time, aggressive rubbing can actually mess with the shape of your cornea. That's the clear front part of your eye. And if that shape changes, your vision can get weird, blurrier, distorted, harder to correct. And third problem, the skin around your eyes. That skin is the thinnest on your entire body. It's basically tissue paper. When you rub it hard, you break tiny blood vessels, you irritate the area, and you basically fast forward the sagging and wrinkling. So that little moment, it's not free. Your eyes remember. If your eyes are burning, itchy, or tired, blink, use drops if you need to, splash water, but try to stop treating your eyeballs like a stress ball. If you want more videos like this, hit like and subscribe.